Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to France. Or more specifically, welcome to the little town of Haut Beyleron. Or Beyleron. I'm not very good at French. So let me start by saying a little bit about why things are as they have been. As you probably have noticed, I have been away from streaming or making videos of anything of the sort for quite some time now. Almost half a year, I think, or a couple of months at least. And the reason is, well, actually it's fairly simple. I was simply burnt out. One of the things that I sort of decided for myself was that the reason why I began recording videos and putting them out on YouTube was that it was fun. I mean, it was fun to me, and I had fun with it. And I don't know, at some point along the road, it tended to be kind of more like a chore, like a job to me, than something that I could have fun with and enjoy doing. And it simply took the fun out of it, to be completely fair. And so I needed to rekindle that fun. And a way to do that was not to record anything, not to stream anything, just simply play the games and find my way back. And I would argue that I have done that at the moment. What is then also going to happen is that I'm going to I have made some changes, and one of the changes that I've made is that I'm not going to be streaming for the foreseeable future, if ever again. It is I just found it to be too stressful, and again, it simply sucked the fun out of doing these things. I mean, I enjoy it, but the point for me is that I want to enjoy it. If I cannot enjoy making these videos, if I cannot enjoy playing the games while doing that, well, then what's the point, right? So yeah, I took a little hiatus, or actually quite a long hiatus from recording or streaming or anything of that sort, to find myself, to find out where I wanted to go with my streaming, where I wanted to go with recording and all that. And I came to the conclusion that streaming, I think it's done for me. I may be streaming now and there, some Star Citizen or something like that, but nothing regularly. And with respect to recording, my aim is to release a video once every week, nothing more than that. Again, to keep the emphasis on that it has to be fun to me. If it isn't fun to me, then I just lose the point. I just lose sight of why do this. Also, news, I can tell that my camera on my phone is acting weird, and my old webcam has finally died. So I will not be showing my face for the foreseeable future. I'm working somewhat hard on getting a new webcam, but as you can probably imagine right now, especially for us here in Europe, Denmark included, the financial situation also for us is a little bit tight. So money for a new webcam, the new X-Plane 12 that came out, and all of that, it's not going to happen right away. Alright, with that out of the way, let's talk a little bit about what's going to happen here. So, the first couple of recordings that I'm going to do will be exclusively from Farm Sim 22, because I have rekindled my interest for this wonderful game, and also I found some new cool stuff that I wanted to share with you that we can sort of explore together. I have created a couple of farms. that I will be playing both recording but also offline. But I'll try to keep it so that any sort of significant event, I will record that for you. But other than that, I mean, the chores that we're going to do, the repetitive chores and all of that, I can do that by myself if I sort of, I guess, shared with you what's going to happen. So let me give you the backstory here, because I'm going to try to make this a little bit of kind of like a role play situation, kind of a little like that. So the story here is that me and my family, we decided to move to France to explore our common interest for drinking wine, for red wine and white wine and all that. And we flew to on vacation to Toulouse, and we explored the Arcette area in southern France, and visited a lot of wine farmers and tasted their wines, and also bought a little bottle here and there to enjoy. And I shared with one of the farmers, a younger farmer in the Arcette area, my interest for trying to make my own wine, and he was very excited. I mean, despite what people might think, that sort of the wine farmer community in France is sort of very exclusive, and they sort of keep to themselves. They are actually very open, and they will happily share their knowledge with you, because, I mean, the philosophy seems to be that the more people making wine, the more good wine we'll get. So that seems to be the idea. And so he told me that a couple of hundred miles or something like that from the Arcette area where he was, there was an old farm in Haut Beyleron, where we are now, where an old wine farmer and his wife, they were considering going on retiring from farming, and they were selling their big farm. And as he said, he was not the farmer was not interested in, they had enough money, so their interest for them didn't lie with getting a lot of money out of the sale, but more selling to the right person. So we drove to Haut Beyleron and met him and tasted his wine and talked with him, and I shared my ideas with him and told him that I'm completely new on the area, and I would probably need some help, but I would do my very best to keep the traditions that he had sort of put in place for the wines. I would uphold them, and he seemed to be. He was very forthcoming, and we agreed that I would walk around with him a couple of days and sort of get a feeling for what was going to happen. And finally, yesterday, we signed a contract, and he got his payment, and well, here it is, the farm. So this is, and as you can see, this is a wonderful area in also southern France, but a little bit more north. And yeah, let me show you around. So this is the farm. Let's open up the farm. Now, he told me that most of the stuff that they had here is completely modernized. When he took over the farm, they had this old Steyr tractor here that he refurbished and got it up and running again. But he told me that even though it is a refurbished model and it's working as it should, I would probably like to change it out to a more modern tractor, because it is old. And so this is the main farm where we have all of the equipment. He told me a little bit about what needs to be done. He said it's actually fairly simple. There's a tool here missing, because that is what we're going to continue doing today. But he told me that his two sons were here and helped him out, get the farm and everything ready for us. and he also told me a little bit about the equipment that I'm going to use. So let me just get my. I made a little list that I sort of wrote down. Let me see. Yeah, the first I wrote it in Danish, so sorry if I'm. So the first point, he said that the wine stocks will pretty much take care of themselves. I just need to show them a lot of love, and then they will provide for me. But he told me that sort of formally, what needs to be done is that when the season starts around March, somewhere around March, maybe April, the area between the stalks needs to be mulch, and this is the tool that we have here. It's the mulcher. Then when that is done, they need to be sprayed. So we have the sprayer standing out on the field. He told me that his son parked the sprayer and the little tractor, the winery tractor out on the field. So this should be the tool that we use to prune the stalks after we have well, in between obviously we get the grown grapes that we then harvest, but after that I think this is the tool that we need to prune them with in order to prepare them for the next harvest, if I'm not mistaken. That's at least how I understood it. So let's just take a look at the schedule. So as you can see, let me see if I can find it. They're grapes. We're still in the planting season, which goes from March to May, April, May. And then somewhere around September to October, we can harvest the grapes. And then we're going to spend, I think it's about roughly 11 months to a year. So around October next year, we should have some wine ready. So yeah, let's take a look at the rest of the farm. So obviously this is the main building where my family and we live. Yeah. And in here we have, he told me that there is one field, up around somewhere here in this direction, I'm pretty sure. If we want to do some ordinary agriculture, we have a plow and another subsoiler. I know the word in Danish. It's a how. Cultivator. There it was. Yeah, so we can use that. And he told me that everything else, the cedar and all of that, I would have to rent that. They sold that off in order to pay for the equipment they needed for doing the winery. So we have two full fields with wine stocks. You can see one of them here. And this is the winery itself. So let me just briefly go over what we're going to do. After we have harvested all the grapes, we're going to dump the ones that we can use off here. And when we have harvested them, let me just take a look at that again. I guess that we would probably be finished with the harvesting, probably, I don't know, somewhere around end of October, start of November. And I'm pretty sure that I have let me see. Yeah, I have an agreement with one of the local wine farmers here. Around mid-November. Yeah, it's mid-November. The 15th of November, actually. Quite exactly in the middle of November. Where he will come and help me sort the different grapes to see how good of a harvest we have. We do have a grape plant here in the area, and they have told me that they will happily buy off any grapes that I might have. Let's just check the name. So let's see. Yeah, it's just called a grape processing unit. The Le Jardin de Fermier, I think it's called. Farm shop will also take some of the grapes if I need to. So it's not an issue. But yeah, I have an appointment with him somewhere around that. I'll have to talk with him further, because there might be delays with the harvest. But yeah, the finished grapes that needs to be pressed for wine is going to be delivered here, and so from there they're going to be pressed into a must that we are going to get from this tank here. And then we are going to, and I have I think there should be a tank somewhere. Oh, it's noisy. All of that machinery. There should be a tank. Yeah, there it is. We're going to use this to move the product around. So, as he explained to me, we are then going to dump off the must with husk and all of that, and we can get must with or without pomace, and it depends on whether we're going to make white or red wine. Obviously that depends on the grapes that we're going to harvest. So yeah, that's going to be dumped off here for the fermentation. So we're going to add the yeast, and then it's going to be sitting here for some time. I think about half a year, something like that. I don't know. I think it's somewhere around that. We're going to see how long it takes. And then we're going to pull out the fermented wine that we get here. And then we're going to deliver that over here, because there's all kinds of different nasty stuff in. We're going to deliver that here for clarification or clarifying. Meaning that we're going to separate the wine from all the rest, the materials that we don't need. And when that is done, we're going to move all of that material from here, the finished wine, and if I'm not mistaken, we're going to deliver it over here. Yeah, for bottling. And when that is finished, we will have finished wine bottles out here, standing out here. So that's pretty much it. And finally, yeah, there is the tractor. We can also make some, I think it's called sparkling grape juice or something like, yeah, sparkling grape juice like that. It's kind of like I think it's kind of like a cider, but we can dump some of that over here. I'm not sure what we're going to do as of yet. I'll have to discuss that with some of the wine farmers here, what they would suggest to me. But I think in general we're going to go for red and white wine. Primarily red. So yeah, and then we're going to get the finished product somewhere around there as well. So here it is. Here are all the stalks, and the area, as you can see, this area here is already mulch. So they did that yesterday before we came here and finally moved in. And here are the wine stalks. So as you can see, they haven't grown that much yet, and we don't have any grapes yet. So now he told me that this is the old area that they made a couple of years ago. I think 5-6 years ago. So they're not super old, these wine stocks, but they are somewhat old. I think maybe some of them they have replanted, but generally they are somewhat old. And if I'm not mistaken, let me just get my paper again because I wrote it down. I think what they have here is the primary grape for the red wine, and it's a Cabernet Sauvignon grape. And over here, where we're going to spray today, most of what they have here, I'm not sure exactly, we're going to look at that later. Most of what they had here should be a more recent grape that they have introduced to the farm. It's a Malbec. And finally, down here in that area, somewhere around down there, they should have a Chenin Blanc for the white wine. So, but we're going to spray this area here today, and then we're going to we're going to take the day off because that's everything that we need to do today. I don't think there's anything to do. Yeah, he also told me that they have a couple of. I mean, sometimes when you're doing the fermentation and all of that, you are basically just waiting, and in order to have something to do in the meantime, they had this. They bought 2 greenhouses that you can see they're standing here. They already sold off some of the produce for us. They actually was. I mean, they were pretty pretty cool about it. They said, well, the money is in the. They had a little jar inside for the money, so they said they sold it and they put the money in. So I'm pretty impressed with them. Yeah, and all the tools that we need, like I said, to get. Oh yeah, that's one thing. There should be a harvester somewhere. He told me that they only have one place that they can put it because it's pretty tall. But let me see. It must be in here. Let's take a look here. No, that's the old silo that they had. He told me that they never removed the silo because, just like he said to me, if you want to get into arable farming, it could be a good idea to still have the silo. So they left it be. But yeah, that's the silo for farming. And I don't know, maybe it's over. Here it is. Oh yeah, wow, that is a big machine. But I guess it has to be big. So you are simply driving over the wine stalks with this here in the center, and then it will pluck the grapes and put them into storage facility on top. So yeah, that's the tool that we're going to need to use to get grapes. So yeah. Oh, here, yeah, okay. And general working area for cleaning and repairing vehicles. I don't know much about it, but I have a mechanic. Yeah, there's a mechanic in the city that has promised to help me out. But let's try to take a look at that. He told me that I shouldn't be too offended, as he said, by the looks of the tractor. It may look weird, but there is a purpose with it. Let's see if I can get in there. Oh yeah. So yeah, it just it really looks like it looks like an ordinary tractor that's sort of been squeezed on the side. But yeah, that's it. So let me see. There we go. And let me see if I can. Yep, there we turn it off and on. Alright, let me turn the blinkers on and align it up. Alright, let's try get some alright, let's just drive and see what happens. It's actually surprisingly quiet. Alright, so he told me that it would be a good idea for me to try to do double rows here. So because they are taking 2 rows at one time. So we're going to take not the next row, but the row. Oh, that was close. He told me that I would instantly recognize the sprayer because, as he told me, it looks like a little submarine, and I can certainly see where he got that idea. Let's see if we can find that dividing line between the Chenin Blanc and the Malbec grapes. I'm pretty confident that what we are driving around now is the Malbec, and they already sprayed the entire Cabernet Sauvignon field, so we don't need to deal with that. Oh. I need to take a look at that later on and see if something broke. It didn't look like it, but you never know. Let's see if I can figure out how to use that. There should be some form of... yeah, there it is. Alright, so that's... then we need to go to number 2. I'm still not very confident at driving these machines around. Just try something. Bear with me for a minute. Yeah. That seems more reasonable. Because then I can sort of a little bit easier measure. There we go. Oh, I'm really not good at driving this sprayer. I'm not sure I went into the right one. I seem to be missing something on the map. I think it's this one here. Yeah. What? And row number 8. All right, I will see when I'm finished with this here. Hello guys, and welcome back. As you can see, I am almost finished with spraying the stalks here. And I also found the divide. You can see it there, the brown line to my left. So what we're driving in right now and spraying should be the Chenin Blanc grapes. And on the left side of that divide is all the Malbec grapes. So as you can see, they they really haven't been doing it very much in white wines on this farm here. And obviously, since I cannot just change the stalks out, I can expand at one point, but I cannot change them out sort of willy-nilly. So, well, I guess I'm going to be doing a lot of red wine farming myself. Which I have to admit, personally, it suits me fine. Because I'm much more of a red wine type than a white wine. But I guess my wife will not be too happy about it because she likes white wine much more. Alright, let's see, we need to go into 12. Let's just take 11 then. And I can see we need to fill a little bit of gas on this tractor here as well, so yeah. You really feel a little bit claustrophobic inside these stalks here because there's really not much wiggle room on either side. Alright, that should be it. Let's see if I can figure out where they should be parked. let's see if I can find the gas station. So we can get some gas. On the tractor here. It's a neat little tractor. Alright, let's see. No, let's just... He told me that initially they didn't feel that they had so much use for the bigger tractor, but then they found out that this little tractor here, it was very suited for the grape work, but it wasn't very suited for driving the pallets around when they needed to sell all the bottles. So, alright, let's see. Wow, it turns really. Should do it. Alright, let's see if I can remember where the gas station is. So when we go out here... I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure I should go to the right, so let's try that. Oh, we need to put on the lights. And then it was... let me see. No, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was to the left. I mean, I haven't been driving around here for that much time, so... We still have some loose ends to tie up. We still have the apartment back in Copenhagen. We have our car in Denmark and all of that. That we need to figure out what we want to... Yeah, here it was. That we need to find out what we're going to do with. So if we can find a diesel stand. There. It's a pretty small tank. So. Alright, let's get back. I'll meet you back at the farm. Alright, I just got off the phone with one of the locals here, one of the local grocery shops, and they would like to buy all of the produce that I had from my from the greenhouses. So let's see if we can figure that out. We're going to need the all big tractor here. So let me see. There we are. Oh. Yeah. So we need to have this. Oh, let me just swing around. They even reset the engine clock when they refurbished it. So. Alright, so let's get some of these pallets loaded and see what we can sell. Seems that we will have to do more than one trip. Alright, let's see if I can figure out where it was. Well, let's see. Just take tomatoes. I think it was the no, it was the licensed farmer market. It's the same place we can sell some of the wine. So let's tag it and see where it is. It's over here. All right, so we're here. So the easiest would be this way. All right. Alright, so unless something really eventful happens, I will meet you up there. Oh, this is the place where you really can feel that this is an old tractor. Come on, little tractor, you can do it. Just a little bit more. There we go. I think we should be quite close. A funny little house. Yeah, there it is. I think it's there. Let me just go in and ask. Oh, interesting. I'll be right back. Yep, this indeed is the place. So let's get the trailer up there. Oh, this looks interesting. Whoa. Oh. Well, he's taking it, so it worked. And he told me that if I had more, I should just bring it along, so... Let's take another round. I'll meet you back at the farm. Alright, so there is the farm. Let's see if we can get some more pallets loaded. That should be it. Let's check the other one. Yep, that's everything for now. So you can follow along on the trip this time, because it was actually a pretty nice ride. Yep. It certainly is a beautiful area. So. Oh. See, it was right here. The old farmer, he told me that no one cares about the stop signs, especially when they're driving a tractor. Sorry mate, but you're going to have to stay back there. Oh yeah, this is where the tractor had a little bit of problems. Struggled a little bit. It is old. Come on, little tractor, you can do it. Alright, I'll see you back at the farm when I've sold this off and parked the tractor. Alright, so I just spoke with the former owner on the phone and told him a little bit about how expensive I thought that the diesel was, and how I drove around up to the local gas station to get some diesel, and he quite honestly he laughed a little at me and told me, or at me, and told me that there is a big diesel tank with about 2,000 liters of diesel on the other side of the barn. So I thought we might go take a look, see if we can find it, and then I will end the our story here, and guess I'll get back to you when we're ready to harvest the grapes, or if anything interesting happens before, but I'm pretty sure that it won't. Yeah, alright. He also told me that the field he was talking about should be down here, so let's take a look. He also told me that that he heard that I have sold off the produce from the greenhouses, and that he thought that it was fine. But he also told me that these greenhouses are pretty much self-contained, so I should just sell whenever there's stuff there. But otherwise, it's they can manage themselves. Yeah, here it is, and it's full of grass. All right. Let's see if we can find that diesel tank. Or diesel container. So he said it should be on the exterior of the main farm. Not there. Wait, maybe it's down here. Let me see. Meridian. Yeah. It seems to be the right one. Alright. So, we have 2,000. Actually, straight up 2,000 liters of diesel. So, yeah. Perfect. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you have enjoyed this very first episode of our French farming adventure. Yeah, you can hear my son in the background playing on his, I think he's inside the house somewhere with an open window. Yeah, we also have cats here. I hope that you've enjoyed this first episode of our French wine adventure, and I will see you in the next episode where we will, I would say, probably going to, I'll get back to you when we're ready to harvest the grapes. So let me check again on the calendar. I think it was about somewhere around grapes. Yeah, somewhere around September. I'll see you again in September. So until then, stay safe out there, have fun, and I'll get back to you, and then we'll see how I manage to actually make some wine on this beautiful farm in cloudy but nonetheless beautiful France. Bye-bye, see you around, and remember, as always, even though I honestly probably don't deserve it, likes and subscribes, they still help my channel. I'm not so adamant anymore on getting them because my focus is on having fun, not getting likes, not getting a lot of viewers, but just having fun playing and hoping that, well, you'll have fun watching me play, maybe even learn something about how to do farming like this. And if you want to know, the wine pack that I'm using here is simply called the Helmber Winery. It's pretty old, from 1867, so it's an old wine farm here, but I guess we can make some money with it. Alright, bye bye guys, I will see you in September.